Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. An honest-to-goodness leak from a person with actual credibility and with a cutscene for us to watch has finally come upon us. Unlike that fake-ass collapse leak. What was that, from Reddit? 4chan? Doesn't matter. Stupid. Dumb. Anyway, so what we have is a data mine from a Destiny 2 data miner known as Glinzor. If you take a look at Glinzor's YouTube channel, you'll see that he dug up the dialogue for the final cinematic of Season of Dawn, revealing Rasputin to be the focus of the season. Please give his channel a look, give him a click, and follow him, please. Good stuff. So without further ado, let's get right into the cutscene. What'd you think? Very teasy, very simple. All we saw was some pyramid ships past Jupiter. Big whoop. But in all honesty, I wasn't expecting to see them this soon. I thought the end of Season of the Worthy would be us like slowing them down somehow. But apparently they're entering our system, so this changes things. So honestly, the rest of this video is going to be speculation / a little bit of background, so if you don't really care about that, you feel free to leave now if you just wanted to see the cutscene. But if you want to stay around for some speculation, get your imagination moving, then please feel welcome to stay. So basically everything after Forsaken has been a tease. I mean, the initial announcement of the pyramid ships was just a tease. They've been teasing them for the past, what, 3 years? So after the initial tease, after that we saw them in Mara's court, and in fact she even went out to do battle with them, presumably. In Black Armory we didn't see them at all, but after that the Drifter has been haunted by the Nine to prepare for them, and our glorious Emperor Callus has been heralding their arrival from the very beginning. And then we had Eris be the biggest cock tease of them all, just finding a damn pyramid in the moon, fighting the Vex. It's whatever, there's some lore there. And other than a few lore books, the story itself has been rather silent until a few weeks ago, when we found out Rasputin is unconcerned with the Almighty, instead fearing the pyramid ships. So will we see them next season? I mean, that would make sense if they're going to be at Jupiter by the end of the season. It's not like Guardians don't have a presence there. We're stationed right on Io, and there's been plenty of stuff happening on Europa, such as the Nine. So it's rather curious that they're passing by Jupiter. I mean, if you think about it, they can kind of go around it. Unless there's some sort of plan here. I wonder if the Nine are able to factor in at all, considering that is kind of their space. But ultimately, I'm not too sure about the Nine. I'm not too versed in their lore, or I'm not entirely sure how they could really factor into all of that. But all that's beside the point. It's almost 100% that there won't be a surprise drop of a new location or a new major summer expansion rather than a fall one. But what we can assume is that the city's going to want to try and get all of its forces together before they get here. And honestly, it's kind of sad that we're not trying to, stop them before that, but that's beside the point. We don't really know what Rasputin has up his sleeve. There could be another cutscene coming. We don't know. This is probably the worst time for the darkness to come. If you follow the lore, you'll know the Vanguard is falling apart, and we've suffered kind of a losing streak lately. We lost our Hunter Vanguard, the Awoken are all but doomed, and we were on the moon, but won against what? A pinch of the pyramid's power? Morale is low. Faith in our leadership has been waning, and the potential to disband the Vanguard has been in the background for quite some time. You can see this in the lore card Instability from the book Stolen Intelligence. Following the events of the Red War and the recent loss of our Hunter Vanguard, current acting Vanguard leadership has struggled to define its function and role within what is otherwise a largely egalitarian and self-governing body of active Guardians. Much like the current popular perception of the Awoken Queen, we have failed to adequately respond to questions about our integrity, competence, and unity as we have grieved the loss of the Hunter Vanguard. The Vanguard was never intended as a governing body of authoritarians, nor does it function as such, but in times of turmoil and uncertainty, people rightly look to figures of strength for guidance and support. Neither the Titan Vanguard nor I ever intended to become politicians. We are warriors first and foremost, and we no longer longer feel that we are able to serve as such. In the spirit of honest self-reflection, in the face of justified skepticism, we have begun to discuss the possibility of stepping down to invite new leadership into our place, as well as the general merits of disbanding the Vanguard entirely. Largely because we believe that this crisis of identity will plague anyone who steps into this role. We recognize this is ill-timed and will endeavor to involve the consensus, the Guardians themselves, and all other interested parties in the discussion as appropriate. I specifically invite the Hidden to closely monitor the situation without my involvement. Should you agree that we are doing more harm than good, please do not hesitate to take whatever actions you agree are necessary. So that's the relevant part of the card. There's more to it, but the rest just talks about Cayde. What'd you think? You see what I mean by faith has been waning? Ikora, the speaker of this card, just asked their secret intelligence, the Hidden, to do whatever it takes. If they need to be taken out of power, that's really drastic. And if you want to see more examples of their instability, please take a look at the lore behind Tommy's matchbook. In all honesty, I believe the Vanguard should step down. We are now poised to have some of Earth's most famed Guardians return to their posts and assume the roles of Vanguard. Saint 14 could assume the role of Titan Vanguard. The exiled Warlock Osiris could return to his post as Vanguard Commander. I bet you didn't know he used to be the commander of the Vanguard. We could see the famed Hunter Anna Bray assume the long-dead role of Hunter Vanguard, and even be a liaison for Rasputin himself. Keep in mind this is all speculation, but honestly these characters have had more time in the limelight and more characterization than any of our other Vanguard leaders. And it's certainly interesting how the past seasons have focused on all three of these characters and them rebuilding their ties to the city. It's definitely possible that they could take up the roles. It would make sense for this to happen. The city's on the verge of a second collapse if the darkness comes, and the Vanguard doubts itself, the people doubt the Vanguard, and the stuff of legends have returned to the tower. I'm sure you could imagine the Vanguard feel quite shy now. And now more than ever, they could certainly feel that the Guardians are in safe hands if those three take control. I'm a huge fan of this idea, and while I love it, and I just spent like 2 paragraphs trying to say why it's a good idea, it's highly unlikely. I'm not too sure Bungie's keen on destroying, 5 years of character? Granted, they didn't do anything in those 5 years, but they still tried. In all honesty, all I really assumed is going to happen, Osiris and Anna return to the tower to help plan defenses, and perhaps some of Rasputin's frames? That'd be kind of cool. Get some Rasputin stuff in the tower. And maybe a return of weapons and armor we lost during past seasons? Like the Vex offensive, weapons and armor, and the stuff introduced during Season of Dawn, all being vendors of Osiris and Saint 14 respectively, of course. And we've been overdue for some Calus stuff. I've heard rumblings about Calus's daughter coming to the system, but that's a little weird. I'm not sure how somebody from Toro Baltal could get all the way over here before the fucking pyramids could. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, how slow are those damn ships for some Cabal ship to beat them here? So this was a fun bit of speculation. Honestly, my only bit of speculation was fuck the Vanguard, but that's something. That's what I think might happen next season. It'd be a cool transition. Maybe we could watch the Vanguard collapse through the season. That'd be kind of funny. I think I like that idea. That's it. Next season, Season of the Vanguard fucking dies. So I guess that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm probably going to do a lot more leak coverage. It was kind of fun seeing some stuff maybe before I should have seen it. If you liked it, certainly like and subscribe. Check out Glinzor. Please subscribe to him. I'd rather you see his content from him first than you see his content from me first. That's kind of cheap. It's kind of crappy. Give him a look. Please subscribe to both of us. Give me a like or dislike me if you think my voice is annoying. So I hope you have a great day, night, and stay safe out there, kiddos. Don't fall in.